Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video. In today's video I'm going to be going over some Arsenal tips and tricks to help you improve your games. Now depending on how long you've been playing Arsenal, you may know most of these tips, but if you're newer to the game and you're trying to get your first win, this video might actually help you get your first win. And if you do, please let me know down in the comments. I love to hear you guys' feedback, and while you're down there too, drop a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new, I wrote down about 10 tips that might actually, help you guys in your Arsenal games. If you guys want me to do a part 2 to this video, I'm more than happy to. Just let me know in the Discord or down in the comments below if you can't join the Discord. But anyway, enough chatting, let's actually get into the video. Alrighty, so for tip number 1, we are going to be talking about sensitivity. Sensitivity, it all determines on the type of person that you are, but if you're playing on PC, specifically PC, you want to have a lower sensitivity. The reason for this is because if a player is further away, you need to make slight adjustments instead of a very large one. So you want to make it very, very precise when it comes to it. So I'm going to give you my personal sensitivity and kind of explained as to why. So this is not right. This is there we go. So I have it at 0.6. The reason for this is because it works well with my DPI. Everyone has a different DPI depending on the mouse. You can also change your DPI. I'm pretty sure my DPI is around 400, and between 400 and 800. 0.6 is best for me, and I'll show you exactly why right now. So if we go right into here, you'll notice it isn't too fast and it isn't too bad. If I turn up my DPI, it gets really, really cluttery and you can't really focus on one part. So say for instance, if I'm wanting to try and shoot up there, right, and I'm going for a flick, it's very, very hard at times. And if you're trying to specifically go for a very, very thin part, I don't really have anyone in the game for me to kind of show this. But the further the way they are, you can see it becomes a lot smaller and it becomes a lot more. So if you're aiming down here and you have to adjust up here, it takes a lot more mouse movement compared to, say, if you were doing at a low DPI. If I can find mine correctly, there we go. You see I can just go like that, and then it's instantly right there, instead of having it so high to the case where I need to readjust every 2 seconds. It makes it a lot better regarding it at that point. Now, the second tip that I have for you is FOV. So the way, I'm pretty sure this was added in the newest update, the summer update, which is what we're in right now. So the way you wanna, the way that you find FOV, and I'll explain what FOV is in a moment, is you want to go to your settings, you want to go to display, and you will see it's FOV. You can go through 70 to 120. Now, just like sensitivity, this depends on what you prefer. You can either have a wider FOV, or you can have it so that it is a lot shorter, a lot more closer to you. Now what FOV does is it basically stretches out your screen. So for me right now, I can see a 90-degree angle. By default it sets it to 70, which I will show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like in 70 FOV, which is the default one, which you can notice it's very, very small. Things feel a lot more closer to you. Now I will show you 90. So we're going to bump up the FOV from 70 to 90, hit enter, hit return, deploy, and we're in. And you can see instantly, things are a lot more farther away than they should be, and that's the way I prefer it, because you can see things a lot more farther. So if I'm looking at it like this, you can see all the way across, which helps me know if a player is over there, do I need to focus on them, or if somebody's rushing me from over there. It makes it a lot easier in that sense. Now, the next tip number 3 is crosshair placement. Now, crosshair placement is very, very important, especially if you want to kill people a lot more faster and have a better reaction time compared to, having a very slow one, because you don't know where they are. Now, what crosshair placement is say for instance, if you're going around a corner and you don't know if somebody's there, you want to have it at head height level, So there's a lot of ways that you can like practice this. Dizzy has a good way because if you notice, when you come over here, your head can peek over this barrel. So people like to run up here, and say for instance if you're on the flank, you can instantly turn around this corner and aim right over the barrels and hit directly into them, which is a lot better, especially if you have like an I don't know, a Spencer carbine, basically any rifle, because it one-shots them directly in the head. If you can hit a headshot, that's perfect. This goes for anything really. There's several different maps and different places where you can test your crosshair placement that allows you to have a better time instead of readjusting it and all of this stuff. All you have to really do, is focus on moving your crosshair from left to right, and it's a lot better that way. Okay, so tip number 4 is going to be crosshair color. Now, this is your own preference, whatever you want to do for it. This is where you do it in settings, yet again, crosshair color underneath FOV. You will see it right here, and you'll see these sliders. I'm pretty sure default is black, but you can literally make whatever color you want with different sliders. You can make it a nice orange, you can make it like a purple, pink, you know, there's different color combinations. Now, depending on what you prefer, is up to you, but what you want it to do is make it so that it doesn't blend in with the map. If it doesn't blend in with the map, you won't lose your crosshair, which is very, very valuable, because if you lose your crosshair, then that is going to basically you're going to lose sight as to where you're shooting. So, preferably I use green. You can use light blue, basically any color as long as it doesn't like contrast with the map, such as like, you know, bright yellow or bright orange or anything like that, because you will lose it instantly. Darker colors seem to work the best. Green and light green and light blue are alright. It's more if you can get used to it or not, so it more takes time in a sense. Alright, tip number 5 is learning the maps and the spawns. I know it's self-explanatory, but people don't really realise this half of the time. Playing the game, learning the maps, learning where they spawn, where you spawn, the placements, and where you can go, and how you can get an advantage on them is very, very important, instead of just running out in the open and getting shot from the side. Basically, all you really want to do for this one, there's not much that you can do besides just play the game. Playing the game will give you the most out of that, and help you improve a lot more. Alright, so for tip number 6 is look at the bottom right. Looking at the bottom right can be very, very useful for several things. 1, looking at ammo. 2, looking at the weapon that you have, it tells you the name there. And also it tells you if you can use different abilities with it. Let me try and actually get a weapon that I can actually show you with this. MP7, nope. 9 times out of 10 it'll be mostly for scopes. But there's several other ones which I can show you once I actually get a weapon, because there's special weapons that that use that. Oh yeah, little note. Lever shotgun, or lever shotgun, whatever you want to call it, you can double. Alrighty, so we finally got one. Now you can see here, if I go back to it, okay, it's not going to show it no more, but I will get a snippet of that for you guys, and basically you can see that it says right click, or is it, yeah, V as well, to fan the hammer. Now, fanning the hammer is also like, it is basically, because the normal Peacekeeper, if you just left click with it, you shoot normally, it takes a little bit with the, or the fire rate should I say, but if you hold right click, it spams it. Now, there's different variations to different guns with this. And this will tell you basically what you can do 9 times out of 10. There's like the spell book, you can change the spell. There's so many different things that that the bottom right tells you. Every single time that when you die, it will come up in the bottom right of your screen, and you always want to check it. If you don't check it, and you don't learn that gun, or you don't know how to use that gun because it's brand new, you're going to struggle with it. Alright, so tip number 7 is rocket jumps. Now, you may not know this, you might. It is quite common that people know this, but you can rocket jump with the rocket weapons. This can range from the grenade launcher, like the single one, I can't remember exactly the name of it, I'm sorry, and the concussion rifle, which is what we have right now, as well as the rocket launcher. There's a noob tube one, which you can do it with too. Some of them take off more health than others, so you'll notice right now with the concussion rifle, I only take off 1 health when I rocket jump. Now, the way that you rocket jump is you jump in the air, look at the ground, and shoot, and it will send you flying, essentially. This is the best way to travel across maps, especially for short ones like Dizzy, because if you see, we come out of spawn. Now, you see, you jump out here, you do that, and you can go right across here as to where they will most likely be over here if they haven't rocket jumped already. 9 times out of 10, people will rocket jump over and try to do the exact same thing, but there's still a few little stragglers that come along here, which is for the guys that I'm making this video for. Also, a little note, if you don't rocket jump correctly, this will happen. This always happens. You will take more damage. Depending on the rocket launcher, you will take more. This one only, like the concussion rifle, only does 2. So it isn't as harsh compared to the rocket launcher, which if you do it normally, I'm pretty sure it's like 25, 15, something like that. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's 15. So you want to be extra careful with that, in case that does do more damage to you, and then you get sprayed out from the side, and die, essentially. So for tip number 8, it is pressing Q. Pressing Q, pressing 3, whatever one you want to do, scroll wheel, you know, it basically all it does is it swaps from your primary weapon to your knife. Now this is very, very useful. It can be mainly used for movement speed, which I will get to later on, and also it can also help you from moving while you're in the air. So you'll see I move a lot faster with my knife out compared to, say, if I do that, I don't go as far. You kind of just go higher up instead of more forward. So for tip number 9, it is contracts. Contracts are a very brand new thing to Arsenal. It was added within this update, in the summer update. Yeah, that one. So the way that you got the way that you go to contracts is you go from the right hand side. You click here where the little like crosshair thing is, or rectangle, whatever you want to call it. You'll see here we have the monthly contracts. Now you'll see also daily challenges here. You will remember those from beforehand where they used to be up top. These can be literally anything, and they also give you bucks. Now for the monthly contracts, it goes in different tiers, so you can go from kills to pistol kills, assists. It goes on and on and on and on, up all the way up until tier 5. Now you might be asking, well, Overseer, what's the point in contracts? Contracts is what gives you the most amount of bucks you can really ask for. I've barely done any contracts, as you can see here. I've maybe bought 1 case, and look, I'm at 9.7k. Like, there's nothing much to complain about there. I'm just saying. Alright, so for tip number 10, it is the Battle Pass. Battle Pass is also brand new to the summer update in Arsenal. The way that you access Battle Pass, well, it works the same as any other Battle Pass and any other microtransaction. But you go over here, you'll see BP, you want to click that, and you can see here it brings up the Battle Pass. Now, because I have premium, I also have the bottom part unlocked too. There is 3 different ways that you can get this battle pass. You can either have premium, which then you will get it for free. You can pay Robux for it, or you can pay the in-game currency bucks for it. Now, the battle pass works like any other battle pass. You have all the different tiers, all the way from 1 all the way up to 15. This does actually take a lot of time, so don't really expect it to take a little bit. But this goes from the skins to bucks, to kill effects, more kill effects, the more skins, you know, and a premium. For the premium side of it, you will also get an emote, which is called Boombox, which is pretty neat. But yeah, so that's gonna do it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly had an amazing time making it. I'm glad that I get to give these tips that I have out to you guys, and you guys get to, you know, take it in, learn. And yeah, if you really did enjoy this video though, make sure to smash the like button. Let me know down in the comments what you thought and any ideas that you guys want me to see, that you guys want to see in the future. And I'll see y'all in a bit. Take care and peace.